right, welcome back to Morning Live, and we want to talk about motorsports in this country, especially Safari Rally coming soon right here in the country, and it will traverse the areas of Naivasha, Kidong, all those areas. And time memorial, Safari Rally has been in the memories of so many Kenyans, and we don't know why, of course, what happened. That is dwindling a little bit. Of course, we have to understand that sponsors sometimes kind of are sporadic, they're very unpredictable. And with me in studio is Norris Ongalo, who is a safety officer of Safari Rally 2019. And the rally itself is on WRC's radar. If it goes well this year, trust me, Safari Rally will be amalgamated as one of the WRC round. Wow, what an achievement. World Rally Championship. As Kenya, this will be so big. Norris, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Wow, I'm very fine, my brother. And this will be big because now when you talk about World Rally Championships in Kenya, coming back actually to Kenya after a very long time, this is something big. So, preparations for the 2019 Safari Rally.
First of all, you have to understand that we last hosted WRC Safari Rally in 2002.
Okay.
So those are good many years.
Yeah.
So a lot has changed, and the safari that of the old is totally different from the safari of today.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's a lot more emphasis on closed roads.
Yeah.
Mainly because of safety. So safety is our biggest focus. Of course, there's a lot more in terms of organization, but safety plays a big role in our organization.
Yeah. Previous events, even in the Kenya National Rally Championships, we've been having so many issues, so many safety issues. I understand you as a safety officer, you have so much to do. And trust me, from scrutineering to park format, to all those things that you just have some sense of order, because now the officials will be watching. Now, what's in place? What's the most unique thing that it has maybe not happened in Safari for quite some time that you guys have been instilling this time around?
First of all, safety is not anything you can say is a destination. It is an evolving thing.
Yeah.
What was there a couple of years ago may not necessarily be relevant.
Yeah.
Take an example of, I always give this example of Formula One when they introduced the halo.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that Formula One was unsafe then.
Yeah.
But now with the halo, people are appreciating where safety has, how safety has evolved. Now, in WRC prospects, we have lots of guidelines from WRC in terms of making the rally safe.
Okay.
Of course, there's big focus on spectator safety. There's big focus on the routes being reviewed, analyzed, a lot of risk assessment being done prior to the rally being made as official on those particular routes.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we speak now, there's an elaborate plan. There's a big team that is in place, going around the routes as many times as we can, making sure that we're picking up all the safety hazards. And hazards don't just have to be people. It could be the environment, and as it is environment, we have to coexist with the environment. We have to make sure that the locals are abreast on what's coming, they understand what's coming, and if possible, make them part and parcel of the team.
Now, the decision to take it to Naivasha and its environs, what prompted this decision? The fact that now we expect, of course, sporadic rains on and off. Maybe the decision, do you think, of the routing and everything, backup routes also? Yeah.
As I said, Safari has really evolved. And now, for you to come as a WRC project, you have to look at other things like accommodation, for example. Where would you get 1,000 rooms within the area of rally?
That factors in.
And at the same time have closed roads. So in Nairobi, it's a little difficult. We have the rooms, but we not necessarily have the roads that are closed. So definitely we were looking at many options, Naivasha being one of them, Nanyuki the other. Problem with the other routes is we could not get 1,000 rooms. And that's what WRC requires. But within Naivasha, it's easier for us to get 1,000 rooms. And at the same time also get closed roads.
It's true that.
So that informed our decision.
Looking at the weather, sometimes routes change. Right? Do you have backup maybe?
Definitely. It's part of organization. You must have backup routes. But again, The weather should not be the reason why, unless we have like, you know, force majeure. Serious.
Yes, serious.
Yeah, but weather is not a reason. People need to race those days in adverse weather. And if anything, what is Safari known for? Safari Rally is known for being grueling, being tough. And that's the identity we don't want to lose. We don't want people to come here and find another Portugal, another Sweden. No. We want them to find something totally different.
All right. You know, Africa's environment, understand we've had so many cars coming in. We've had even the Proton 2000 cars that came in. We still have the Ford.
Yes,
Ford
Ford Fiesta. We have a Ford Fiesta.
R5?
Also, the R5s, we have the Skodas.
Imagine all these expensive cars. You know, I keep on telling guys, like, this car can cost you around 90 million shillings. Someone says, what? For a car? Such a rally car? Why? Yeah. So look even at the Protons. Understand, we'll be having these drivers who will be coming in to test their machines. But Africa as a destination, you know, our environment is kind of very harsh. Do you think that the cars maybe failed due to the harsh conditions, or what do you think?
No. They are, that's a challenge for the manufacturers.
Yeah,
because they have a market in Africa.
Yeah.
So they have to adapt to the market in Africa. So even in the Safari of the old, would get settings or for Europe, and you get settings for Africa.
Okay.
So there's totally nothing different they would do other than making sure that they have proper setting for Africa.
It's true that.
Yeah. So whether it's Proton R5, whatever it is, and I can tell you for free, they may have to send their own team here to do setup for 2020.
Okay.
In readiness for 2020.
Okay.
And this is a better platform for them to try and do a setup test for in 2019.
Okay.
So I expect a bit of the big boys sending their guys in, or using our locals to do setup for their vehicles.
Okay.
Yeah, by participating in a 2019 event.
Yeah, it's true that. Maybe you can give us a summary of the routing. How is the route? We can mention from, of course, Naivasha, the Sopa lodges and everything. Maybe how is the route?
From the provisional itinerary, we start off with a super special stage.
Okay.
This is for spectators. At Kasarani, we have a 4.3 kilometer track, a dual track.
Okay.
So you have two vehicles racing at the same time.
Wow.
So that's interesting.
So CS1.
That's CS1 at Kasarani on Friday.
Okay.
Hopefully around 10 o'clock.
That's behind the stadium.
Yes, we have vast land there.
Yeah,
so
we
have.
In fact, the government said it should be developed for motorsport. Is it still on?
Oh yes. All that land is for not just for motorsports. Yeah. We have land for sports.
For sports, actually.
So motorsports as part of sports has
remember former President Mwai Kibaki said something about that land. Yeah. Yes. Anyway, so moving on. You as a rugby enthusiast, and also you've been a navigator before.
Yes.
I think you navigated Charles Singer.
Yes, I did.
Okay. Now, what is happening to rallying?
Before I go to rallying, I've not finished answering your question.
You're about to finish. Yeah. Thank you so much for that correction. Yes. Yeah, the routing itself. Yeah.
The routing, yes. So after Kasarani, the vehicles would head towards Thika Road to Aberdare. There's a route there called Gatamaya.
Okay.
It's through a forest, so it's gate closed. Okay. So that would not be open for spectators.
Okay.
And we've done an analysis. It's a good route, but not for spectators.
Okay.
So from Gatamayo, they'll go to Parc Fame in Sopa Lodge.
Okay.
Rest after service for the next day.
Maybe Saturday. For a layman's language, sorry, cutting you short, Parc Fame, you know, I know what Parc Fame is, but I understand the day one I heard about that name, it was kind of difficult. What is a Parc Fame?
Parc Fame is basically a designated area where vehicles go and regroup. And is a no-go zone for anybody else other than the manager of the team and the drivers.
Okay.
Yeah, so it is a holding area.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So So the routing from Aberdare, now what next?
Yeah, after Aberdare, they rest for the day. The next day on Saturday, they start off with Soisambu, the Soisambu area. They do Soisambu, head to Elementaita, and then finish up with Sleeping Warrior. Okay. And then they do that loop again twice.
So total distance?
Total distance, including Learson, is about over 800 kilometers, of which close to 300 is competitive.
Wow.
Yes.
What are you guys planning?
Yes.
that's quite something.
So that's on Saturday.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday, we also have 3 more stages.
Okay.
And on Sunday, we have 2 new stages. We have Malewa stage, it's a closed, very nice closed stage, unfortunately not open for spectators.
Okay.
And then we also have a second one called Hopcraft Loldia.
Okay.
That again is not open for spectators.
Okay.
And then now we have the final one, Kedong, the famous Kedong.
Yeah, the famous Kedong.
This is grueling, long, it has everything.
Yeah, yeah.
And this has a sweet spectator stage as well at the end.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. Now, to the other question, what is happening, man? Like, you know, that hype that used to be there. Like, you know, when you hear about Safari Rally, all these legs of the Kenya National Rally Championships, people kind of have this quest to go and look what is happening.
I think there's also generational issues. I mean, Safari used to be proper in the 90s to about 2002. So there are almost two generations in between then and now.
The millennials.
So, yeah, millennials. So
associate themselves
and probably now there's Safari on you know, PS4 and stuff. So they're enjoying it in their own closets.
But that's different. Nothing.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now you as a rally navigator, you've been around for quite some time. You understand what happens, safety and everything. You navigated Charles Hinga. Now, are you still in the game?
You know, I keep saying, motorsports is a horrible bug. It never goes away. So you get an opportunity to sit in that hot seat, you'd raise up your hand. Yes, you want to be part of it. Yeah. So if there's an offer and I am not an official, why not?
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Now, as a rally enthusiast, not rugby. I don't mention rugby. As a rally enthusiast, there's some aspects of also it's trickling down to your family. And your son Miles is part of the National Karting Championships. What's all about this?
It's not just my son. I should declare that I have two children, a daughter and a son, and both are in motorsports.
Declaration, eh?
Yes.
I like that.
Yeah. Both are in motorsports. My daughter Matania.
Matania. Yeah.
She also does karting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know Matania is your daughter.
She is my daughter.
Wow.
Yes.
So Miles and Matania both do this thing.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, I didn't influence them.
Okay.
I don't know unless you speak to them. I didn't.
Maybe I can speak to one. And Miles is actually here with us. Maybe Miles, you can walk in studio because now this is very interesting. Huh? It's crazy. Miles just sit there besides Dad. And yes, Miles. Good morning.
Good morning.
Champ himself. Eh? Wow. Now, who inspired you to join karting?
My family.
Okay.
First of all, my dad. First of all, I started watching videos.
Okay.
And it kind of got so interesting. So I asked my dad if he can take me for karting.
Okay. So that's how
and
you
he
fell
did
in
so.
love. He did so.
Yeah.
So that's how you fell in love with it.
Yes.
All right. Now, there's an aspect of that, you know, that speed, the quest to have speed, and how do you manage to control this? Because sometimes, you know, this thing can trickle down to even in the house, eh? You know, being fast and everything. How are you controlling these two young people?
First of all, it's not about controlling. They control themselves because when they go into speed, it's them who are pressing on the accelerator.
That's a nice
so they're the ones to control. But for as long as you've put in place certain safety measures, to me, I'm comfortable.
Okay.
And you see, they don't wake up in the morning and just go speed. It's a gradual process, and then they're able to, you know, find how much can they handle, how much can they control, and that's how the learning process is, and that's how training comes in as well.
Okay, Miles, who's your favorite F1 driver?
He's called Sebastian Vettel.
Sebastian Vettel. Why not Lewis Hamilton?
I prefer Sebastian Vettel because he's one of the youngest F1 champions.
Okay. Oh,
in
interesting.
F1 history.
Interesting. Now, you've heard of Jeremy Ohome, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Jeremy Ohome is the only Kenyan who was actually racing in the.
Yeah, he last year he was in Asia, Formula 3.
Formula 3.
But now he's in Formula 3 UK.
Wow, amazing. Now, what's your dream? Do you want to be like Jeremy and of course just surpass what he's done so far?
Yeah, I want to be like Jeremy, and I need to keep on going on and on up to F1.
Yeah. Now, competition between you and your sister, how is it?
Quite fun.
Quite fun.
Yeah.
So, do you compete at times?
Yes.
Okay. Who wins?
Normally me.
Okay, I expected that. So, still a question for you. When you look at safety, you're given the attire, you're given the helmet. What is the first thing you're told about just wearing your helmet, and does it give you the confidence now to go flat out?
Yes. First of all, you need to you need to be tight
Yeah.
inside here
Yeah.
so that your helmet doesn't fall out when you're driving.
Amazing.
If it falls out, less confidence
Yeah, less confidence with the
and less focus.
Yeah. Wow, interesting. Okay, now there's some similarities here because you as a navigator, there's a way you need to control them also. Now, Charles Singer, wow, one of the fastest drivers in this country, and I believe he's still doing his thing. What do you think about nurturing this motorsport generation? Because you've mentioned there's a gap. The millennials are not trying to embrace this. They have all these things, the PAs, the simulators in the house. They're just okay with it. Now, what do you think about embracing this thing, taking them to the tracks? Yeah.
I tell you, I have passion in getting the young generation into motorsports. And I need help here.
Okay.
We have the likes of Miles. Probably they're exposed because some of us are in motorsports.
Yeah.
But there's probably much more talent out there than this crop of kids.
Sure.
But they don't know about it. They don't know that we have 3 fantastic karting tracks. Forget about the GP karting. GP karting is a good track. Everybody who started karting started there. But we have one in Nakuru. That's at Rift Valley Motorsports Club.
Okay.
We have another one in Maimayu. That's the Great Rift Valley TGRV.
Wow.
Fantastic facility. We have a new one in Athi River called Whistling Moran. Wow. People don't know about these things. We need guys to use these facilities.
Yes.
And this is just on the tarmac type of motorsports. But we also have autocross.
Yeah.
We have a Bambino class where young ones can start up, their skills in that class.
That's true.
We also have, motocross, bikes.
Itself, yeah.
We need people.
Quads and all those things.
Yes, we need people in this space.
Yeah.
The young ones especially.
Some people are saying it's expensive. By the time you start nurturing a young boy and a young girl, and some people say expensive, and also balancing between school and the passion.
Let me tell you, look at the likes of Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, he loves Lewis Hamilton. Now he's just mentioned it. Is it true?
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
he got you there, okay?
It's a fight in there.
Okay.
But think about this guy. I do not discredit education. Education is a foundation and it's non-negotiable. But what has brought Lewis Hamilton to where he is?
Yeah.
It's talent.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
And I think it resonates with what we hear in the public domain about competence-based education.
Education curriculum. Yeah.
The people the Kipchoges of the world.
Yeah.
It's not about just school. There's something more than that.
It's true that.
Yes.
Very true. Thank you so much for coming, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Very soon, I'll pray that you become one of the top drivers, F1 drivers, very soon. And of course, from the sampling of Jeremy Omhome and these young people, I believe we have a very bright future as far as the sport is concerned. And there's something else, before you forget about this. Which school are you in?
I'm in St. Christopher School located in Karen.
All right. How do you balance between your studies and school?
Well, cutting has some things that lead to school.
Okay.
Example, engines.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how they are made up, how they are fixed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you a question. Have you started the new curriculum, or maybe which curriculum are you doing, the GCC, or which one are you doing?
I'm in IGCC.
Okay, interesting. I think the solution is, I think we need the CBC, because I feel like the IGC, it's kind of very detailed, because these kids actually get to know so much.
But you'll be surprised. He does very well in school, but the carrot has always been motorsports.
Okay, interesting. Thank you, Nori Songalo. Miles, thank you very much. All the best. All right. A very interesting conversation, because I believe these young people should be nurtured to do what they want. That's all we had for you right here on Morning Live. My name is Nick Mudimba. Joyce Omondi Wihiga is coming up next with Full Circle.